There's only one player so far this season that has contested 220 plus shots within 4 feet of the basket, and that is Chet Holmgren, who has a really good chance at edging out Victor Wembanyama for the Rookie of the Year award if things stay on this track. Through his first 27 games, Holmgren is averaging 13.3 defensive contests per 100 possessions inside the restricted arc semicircle. That is an absolutely incredible average. So much so that no player over the last decade has averaged this many per 100 possessions, according to Second Spectrum. Last year, Walker Kessler averaged 11.6 contests per 100 possessions in that region, which was a league most amongst qualified candidates since 2013-14. Holmgren has already blocked 74 shots, more than any Thunder player had all of last season. The timing, technique, and verticality all stand out when he's protecting the rim. Besides the sheer number of both blocks and contests, something else that Holmgren has been doing exceptionally well at when guarding the hoop is preventing N1s. Many have talked about his weight and that he could get bullied in the paint, but not only does Holmgren avoid fouling much altogether, he also prevents opponents from making shots when he does get called for the foul. So far, he has committed just 30 shooting fouls in the restricted zone, which comes out to 0.88 fouls per 100 possessions, and opponents have made the basket just 4 of those times. That's 13.3% of the time when he commits a foul in that area. For comparison purposes, this season the percentage of times opponents have made the shot with Rudy Gobert as the fouler in this region is 25.8%, 25% for Kristaps Porzingis, 18.5% for Brook Lopez, who leads the league in blocks by the way, and 36% for Anthony Davis. Chet has done a pretty good job guarding on an island in space. There were mixed opinions about this aspect of his defensive game coming into the NBA, but I'd say overall he moves his feet pretty well, has good instincts and anticipation, and uses his length to his advantage. Opponents are shooting 41% in isolation with Holmgren as the defender. As far as guarding in the post, opponents have taken the third most shots with him as the post defender, and maybe somewhat surprisingly, with his body frame being something many thought would hinder him, opponents have only made 7 post shots of 17 attempts. Offensively, Chet's three-point shooting, although it has tailed off a little bit lately, is a big reason why the Thunder have the league's 4th best three-point percentage, largely because of the pressure Shai Gilgeous-Alexander puts on opposing defenses getting into the paint. The Thunder are averaging the 2nd most kick-out from the paint three-point attempts, with 8.2 of them per 100 possessions. Both Holmgren and Lu Dort are in the top 10 in three-point percentage off those kickouts. Chet is shooting 43.3% in these situations, the 10th best mark amongst qualified players, according to Second Spectrum. Like I said before though, his three-point shooting in general has cooled off lately. Over his last 10 games, he's shooting just 25.6% from downtown. He's also been a great alley-oop target, making 12 of them so far. Just under 40% of his shot attempts have been self-created, which among the 161 players who have taken at least 200 shots ranks 121st lowest. Only about 6% of his shots have come from isolation, but he's made 65% of those 35 shot attempts. He's got a nifty spin move that he uses sometimes, seen here. And he's excellent taking advantage of mismatches against smaller players. With that said, he's only made 40% of his pull-up jumpers. Through 27 games, Chet is averaging 17.2 points, 8.0 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 0.8 steals, and 2.7 blocks, shooting 52.6% from the field and 36.9% from three-point range. So that'll wrap up this video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe.